We're going to be looking at FC27 leaks, and genuinely, I think this is EA's last chance. There's been some big problems in FC26, so today we're going to have a look at those issues and where they can do better in FC27. We're going to be right then, guys, and welcome back. So as you guys can see from the title and thumbnail, today we're looking at FC27 leaks. However, today, to start with, at least, we are going to be on FC26. Now, I think, first of all, it's important to work out where I think this game has gone wrong so far this year. And I think there are a few spots where EA definitely need to improve for next year. One example, I think, would be content. I would kind of explain it as content burnout. So what I mean by that is, obviously, you guys know, whether you've been playing FC just this year or sort of for the last 10 plus years or whatever. As you guys can see from just this squad, as I have an example here, the amount of promos that we get compared to, say, FIFA 17, 18, 19, or 20, it's borderline too much, and I think that's where one part where EA is kind of has a big problem, because if we have a look, so if we go to club and we go to quality. You guys can see here, there's all sorts, right? Don't get me started on Team of the Week. Team of the Week used to be really, really hype. I feel like after 1 or 2 weeks of the game, we start to get new cards coming in. It just turns out that past sort of week 2, pretty pointless. And look how many different card types there are. Okay, when you think that EA bring out an FC game sort of late September, and now what? We've just started June. Or not long started June. There's so many different card types here, and I think that they need to kind of tone it back a little bit. There shouldn't be weeks where we don't have any content. That's not what I'm asking for. Where I think they've gone wrong is just the sheer amount of content they are releasing and feeling like they always need to one-up the last promo. Because I think that really pushes the power curve, which, as EA have admitted themselves, pushing the power curve too quickly can kill the game. The other thing as well, I think that is a big problem is store packs. Okay, store packs and SBCs. One part of this year which I really haven't enjoyed is the sheer amount of top quality players that are getting pushed into SBCs. One example of this, and I have mentioned this before in another video, is this Eden Hazard. Okay, so this Eden Hazard came out as a like a matchup SBC with someone else at the start of the game. I was running an RTG, so I obviously didn't have all the FIFA points and all the packs and everything to open to get all of the fodder easily. However, I still managed to get hold of him fairly comfortably. And 2 or 3 weeks into the game, I had my Eden Hazard and I didn't have anything to kind of grind for, because that was obviously the main purpose of the RTG. And then also, we then look at store packs. If you really wanted to go and spend some money and just go and get as many cards as you possibly could, it would not be difficult to pack someone good. Now, obviously, yes, okay, I'm talking about the start of the game, and we're looking at the store at the end of the game. But it didn't take long for EA to start releasing 25Ks, 50Ks, 100Ks, but then past that sort of the specialty packs, like something like this, 425K, didn't take them long to start adding those sorts of packs into the game. Not only do they give people the instant access to those good cards, they give them the instant access to complete SPCs, which otherwise would have ruined your club for a couple of weeks and you've got to rebuild back up. But like, that's the sort of stuff that really made Ultimate Team good, especially at the start. Now, another thing that I do want to touch on, but it's a little bit more difficult because I'm not kind of the highest level FC gamer, obviously, that you'll find or you'll see out there. But the gameplay inconsistencies is a big problem. Now, it has been for sort of a number of years. The gameplay has sort of struggled with FC. I'm not going to delve too deep into that right now, as I do think we're going to start seeing some FC27 leak gameplay before too long. So EA know that they've got to deal with that. They know that they've got to improve the gameplay because this game does have various different kind of branches that lead off it, but in essence, it's a football game. You need to be able to play a good football game, have a good football game, for the rest of it to work. On to sort of what things we're looking for in FC27. Where do I see the improvement? This is purely opinionated, just my opinion. Obviously, I don't think this will help the long-term success of the game or whatever. It's just what I would like to see in the game. First of all, I'd like to hear what you guys want to see in the game down below. Feel free to drop anything down below. I do like heart and replies to every comment down below. So would love to hear what some of you guys think will help FC27. So the first thing I would say, for me personally, is longer term evos. So EA at the start of the game did do well with evos. Offering evos that gave you +1 passing or +2 defending or whatever, right? They need to keep the big sort of evos, such as this one, just to once a promo. So you can really excel 1 card per promo to be on that sort of obviously promo level. But then besides that, it needs to be, will give you a play style and +2 on a stat, +2 vision, +2 composure, something like that. And I do really think that will help, because at the moment we're in a position, and we have been for a long time, where evos have overtaken 99% of promo cards. Promo cards need to be top of the mountain, the stuff that you're really trying to get to, right? It shouldn't be that you pop in a player into a 50k evo that you've already done twice, and they're better than 99% of the cards that EA is going to check out, because it makes the rest of those cards redundant. Now, off of that, and they have done a good job this year with Gauntlet, is if you are going to do that, give us more stuff for, give us more game modes for those cards to be used in. Create better first owner rewards. Incentivize people to have those first owner cards and to evo up sort of bronze cards all the way up to obviously promo level cards and things like that. Just quickly touching on another subject as well, because you guys will see on Twitch if you click on the link down below. I do stream a lot of pro clubs with a few of the guys. Now, some clubs customization would be absolutely fantastic. EA could make some massive gains on clubs that I don't think they even realise it, or if they do, they're ignoring it. But clubs is an area which they could really do with kind of overhauling a little bit in FC27. We're going to have a look at some of the leaks for FC27. So the first thing that I want to look at is what is on your screen. Okay, so this is the most recent leak that we've had. A shout out to Raza FC. We have Hall of Fame. Absolutely brilliant idea. Okay, if you guys are tuned into the rest of the RTG that we've had this year, we did have certain sections where we had the Streets Won't Forget squad, including some players where sort of they've got like Streets Won't Forget players. Think Ryan Kent, think Kleiber, Kante, Renato Sanchez, players like that. And now some of the players are on your screen. This, to me, I've got no confirmation of this obviously already, but this looks to me like a very good pre-order bonus. Instead of having a hero, you get a Hall of Fame player that you upgrade throughout the year into 94, 95, 96 rated. If you guys have a look on screen, Akin Fenwa, what a card. He has so many good cards in FC. Obviously, had the highest physical on the game for I don't know how many years. Absolutely class. Ben Arthur, Streets Won't Forget, Adel Tarapt, 5-star skills, you will get put in a blender. Yannick Bolasie, what a card. S-Vine, Loic Remy. these are the sorts of cards that just scratch that itch of nostalgia for people. Like, they're gonna want to play with these cards, which I think for EA and for FC27 is a really, really good start. Is creating that that element of nostalgia for players, which makes them want to use these cards, which I think is a good place to start. Then we're going to hop on to a leak from Detective Foot. Now, I've seen this leak in various other places as well, in different sort of forms. But the essence of this is holographic, signed, and maybe even serial numbered cards. Now, other games have done this for a number of years. I do also play a bit of NBA 2K, who do have this already. So you'll get holographic versions of cards out of packs. You can still pack the base version. You can still pack a base Sergio Aguero as an example. But to add that little bit of extra rarity, you can get a signed version. Then you could get a holographic signed version. Or you could get an out of 100 Aguero, to a point where obviously there's only 100 of them on the market, because then you start to see one of ones going for obviously extortionate amounts of coins, but it creates that something else to chase for that sort of obviously top 1%, because you can create the team that you want, and you may well stagnate a little bit to a point where you're like, what have I got to play for? It's just a case of I'm upgrading my Mbappe or making sure my Vinicius Jr. has the latest Evo. This creates another level of rarity for players, and also makes every single team unique with having signed cards, holographic cards. Another thing that 2K do is grade cards. If you're familiar with trading cards and things like that, as that's one of my hobbies in my spare time as well, is card collecting. It creates that sort of sticker book element of it, where you're really chasing those cards just for your collection, not even to use on FC, but to add that sort of collection base into the game. I think would be really, really beneficial for the game. And then the last thing I wanted to end on was this from Foot Police. So we are going to be heading into FC27 gameplay leaks soon, I believe. There's leaks of it being around sort of the last game of the World Cup, sort of around the final. We'll look towards getting some content or some more leaks from FC27 on perhaps other things they're testing. So I'd like to hear from you guys down below. As I've said before, I do like and heart every comment and reply to all of them as well. Let me know down below what you guys want to see in FC27. Anything random that you guys want to bring back. One thing from me would be the old chemistry style, but that might just be me being old and nostalgic. I actually think it made you use more different cards that you wouldn't normally use, whereas this time you can get chemistry from all over the pitch. And I don't personally like it, but obviously there'll be some people like that who do. So let me know down below what you guys want to see in FC27, how you think EA can improve. And I do think this is their last chance for a lot of people. So hopefully we'll get a good FC27. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of the RTG, or just the next video on this channel. Peace.